Hi everybody.
Oh, you've done that bad.
Hi any Patreons watching us on the replay. Oh, you can see your dumplings are boiling over.
Sorry. I don't know what you all saw there. Oh, it's gone funny, hasn't it? There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it?
Terrible. That's worse.
Oh no, I haven't.
Bell end. Right. Let's see who I forgot. I did thank the Patreons, did I? Or did I? I can't remember. Any Patreons watching this on the replay, thank you for your continued support. You freaking rock! You rock! Who's in the house? Twisted Hippie, he's first. He's got his spanner. He rocks. Toby Gosling, we salute you. Part of the Herbivore Army. Chronically ill Cassie's in the house. Muddy Paws, we salute you also. She's part of the Herbivore Army. Rusty Can, Julian Watters, my IRL friend. I'm a machine, etc. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Timmy Thistle, heavy metal vegan. Soy the boy. Oh, you were a bit slow on the salute there.
I was.
10 press-ups.
Practice.
Drop and give me 20. Gerdeep's in the house, plant-based health and fitness. Thank you for your kind words. Lorraine Edie, Vegan 360. He's in. Robert Pacino, Pauline Hilling. Selma, our lovely friend, with her monkey wrench. Monkey wrench. Good to see you. Hi, Paul, if you're watching in the background there. Polish vegans in the house. Adiohead. I just had some of that cashew camembert you guys had. I baked it and had it with baked sourdough. So good. Ah. Oh, we've not tried baking it, have we? Oh, we did put it in that.
Stuffed peppers.
Stuffed peppers. Yeah, I didn't really. I think that was such small bits. I didn't really sort of appreciate it.
Yeah.
Better try that again. Did it melt? Was it quite melty? I'm still not happy with. There we go. Better. Bitty.
Well done.
Cookface, hey, first time watching. Good to have you, my friend. Where are you in the world? How's the vegan scene where you are? If you are indeed vegan, perhaps you're vegan curious. Tell us all about you. Have you got any tracksuit bottoms on? Basically, we like to find out about people.
Yeah.
We like to observe you as if through a microscope. That was more of a spyglass. Annie Martin, hi to you too. Vandar, what do you think about shellfish? To me, it's highly nutritious animal product with omega-3s, B12, etc. I think that they are bottom feeders. They basically are filtering the sewers of mankind. All the industrial waste, heavy metals, pesticides, dioxins, PCBs, all the horrible shiz from mankind ends up in the ocean. Now these creatures like filter it. You wouldn't catch me eating those if you paid me. Just my perspective.
And I'm sure they've
You
got
did
better
axe.
things to be doing than being eaten.
Yeah, okay, so they don't have a central nervous system or whatever, but yeah, they're doing their own thing. Let them do their thing, man.
Yeah.
Good question though. Good question, and welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
The vegan Tiff is in the house. Oh, so she's newly part of the. Welcome to the Herbivore Army.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support.
Very nice.
Very
Thank
kind.
you.
Defender of Animals is in the house. A freaking rack. And the Phlegm Face is here. You may have seen we almost did a collabo recently. It went a bit awry because my video was far too long. So we're going to have another go. But do follow the Phlegm Face. He does the hilarious anti-vegan nonsense series. And I just did a version of that type of video. I really enjoyed the format, so I'm going to be doing these as well. If you like these types of videos, so if you saw my previous to last video, which I posted today, if you saw yesterday's video, if you like that concept, do follow the Phlegm Face. She's an hilarious person. Right, Michael Askew is in the house. Why have I gone backwards? Have you heard about the Athlenex fake weight controversy? Yes, I have. He's a bit daft, really, I think. Oh, Paul's doing some DIY today. Putting you some nice shelves up, is he? What's he up to? Yeah, I imagine him being quite a handyman with his crazy design ability. That's that thing that he shared with us for the beach. That is amazing. Truly, truly amazing. The vegan metalhead. Hello, waiting on Applejar. Radiohead. It wasn't that melty, but spreadable. I baked it for about 20
Nice.
minutes. Good to know. Oh, we had a super chat, didn't we?
Yeah.
Super chat. Bam, 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 bam. Ah, the vegan Tiff very generously, and she's already become a channel member. Oh yeah, very generously donated $9.99 in the super chat.
Aw.
And she's our #1 fan. And there's a little pair. He's been working out. He's got his sweatband on, and he's cheering us on from the sidelines. Now, thank you so much, Tiff.
Very
You
kind.
are a wonderful person.
I love doing live streams with you guys, and I'm also looking forward to the vibe of doing a smaller one with the army, the people that have signed
Yeah.
up to the.
Yeah, so we're going to do a once a month members only live. So if anyone wasn't here last night, we've now instituted channel membership. Don't worry, nothing's going to change. Like, you're not going to lose out. We'll do the same amount of videos, same amount of live streams, but once a month we're going to do a members only live stream. Just so, because I'm very conscious, it gets very busy in here now, which is lovely, which is what we want. But the real hardcore of sort of regulars, you know, they're now getting kind of drowned out because there's so many people. So I think the real core, you know, the people who really want that one, you know, monthly get together, is you can become a member for as little as £4.99 a month. So it's not a huge outlay. So check that out if you want to. There's a join button. Unless you're on iOS, there should be a join button underneath the screen or on my home page. You get like a little badge at the minute as well next to your name. And going forwards, we're going to add specially designed badges. We're going to add special channel emojis, and we'll add more and more content to make this more value to you. Chronically Ill Cassie has just become a member of the Herbivore Army.
Thank you.
We salute you. Welcome aboard.
And I think she's done a super chat as well.
Oh, and she's done a super chat. She's lovely.
Aw.
Yeah, chronically ill Cassie, vegan Cassie, kindly donated 99 Great British pounds. No question, just a lovely, friendly, smiley emoji, and supporting her local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers out of the kindness of her heart, because she's a lovely, lovely, lovely person. Thank you so much, Cassie.
No,
That's amazing.
but that's-
We should get a bugle for when people join.
a
Oh no, that's the race course horse thing.
Huh.
You know, a little trumpet thing.
Oh, like when we
in
go,
the army.
Hey, big spinner.
That's a trombone.
Oh. And do you think we'll do special discounts for members? Like say when we bring out the new book or whatever, we'll do it like at a lower price.
Yeah, maybe we'll release it early for them, or
Yeah.
yeah. As the time goes on, over the days and weeks and months, we'll basically add more stuff because there's 5 different tiers, and at the minute you get the same thing. But obviously we want to make it
Yeah.
good value.
Snazzy.
Yeah, we want to make it snazzy. Aye! Saurabh has just joined the Herbivore Army also at corporal level. He's a corporal.
Wow.
No, that's the horse theme. What is the? Hang on a minute. We need to get a. We need to get a. What is that called? Reveille or something?
I have no idea.
Here we go.
Lay it to us. Lay it to us.
Hang on. Here we go. Where is it? Here we go. It's happening. Get ready to salute. That'll do. We'll get done for copyright. Thanks so much for joining. We really appreciate you. I pronounced this right last time, didn't I? Saurabh. Saurabh Gupta. Thank you so much, my friend. That is a lovely name, isn't it? Yeah, I like that. Oh, the friend place, you can get the bugle on Streamlabs. Yeah, we need to look into Streamlabs. That's the one thing we've not got round to. We've been doing so many things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that will be the next thing.
Yeah.
Listen to Death Metal is in the house. Thanks for joining. Bill Denborough. Glad to catch a live stream. Hi, Hench and Gemma, as well as everyone else. Thanks for
Aw.
joining, Bill. It's good to have you on. Where in the world are you? And how's the vegan scene where you are? We're interested. And have you got any tracksuit bottoms on? I like to find out about them. SM, Gemma looks beautiful. You look okay too, Hench.
Ah.
I'll take that.
Oh.
I'll take that. I'll take that. The vegan tiff. I'm so excited to see what's at the higher tiers. Not a goddamn thing at the minute, I'm afraid. Not a goddamn thing. But we will, as I say, over the days and weeks and months, we'll put our heads together and come up with some cracking stuff.
Yeah. Should we give away like the cookbook as one of the tiers? But most people have that. But when we bring out the new one, that could be certainly a
Yeah, and I think like it'll be more in terms of like sort of content and.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. We can do members only posts, community
Yeah.
posts. So.
That's very cool.
Right. Graven babies. Wait, what's the meme? We stuff. I'm confused. Oh, member stuff. Okay. Has anyone illuminated her? No, I don't think so. So yeah, we've just instituted channel membership. So it's totally optional. Nothing's going to change for anyone who doesn't become a member. You get just as many videos, just as many of these free live streams. But for people who become a channel member, you get a little icon next to your name. At the minute, it's the default one, but we're going to get a designer to design special ones. I'm going to go for little military, like, you know, like private and corporal and sergeant and all that, just to keep the army theme up. We're going to get special channel emojis done. And then, you know, over the weeks and months, we're going to try and think of other things for just like exclusive content behind the scenes, like maybe a Discord server. I'm not too sure. I've not really looked into that. I don't know how much extra time that would take up. And it's once a month members only live stream as well, just so that you know, I'm just conscious. I mean, we've got like 100 people in the room right now, so we've got a core of real regulars, and then so you know, and there's been a lot of super chats lately as well, which has been great for us. But I'm just worried that perhaps we're not giving you enough attention. So anyone who's really keen, for as little as £4.99 a month, you become a member, and then you know it'll be a lot more connectable. Nippy. Right, I think there's been some super chats. Apple Jars in the house. Hey, big spender. Does anyone want to audition for Gemma's job? Oh, and don't forget, yeah, because there's a super chat. The symbol's not there, but we should be General Apple Jar, sir. How are you doing? Hello, squad. Hench, your store hasn't got a T-shirt. I was going to pick up some merch, maybe some stickers to cover the butcher shop windows in town. What are we out of men's T-shirts now?
I don't know. All we've got is what's left on the store. We're really low. I think there are some T-shirts, but only in like weird sizes. Like there's barely anything left. There was barely anything, and a few people have bought some bits, so now there's really
a few people.
Anything. Yeah. Don't show anyone's address.
Oh yeah.
They're on the table where I'm pointing. You can't see where I'm pointing in here.
We've got a few to send off. It's gone bonkers.
We put them down so cheap to get rid of them, and people are buying them. So we're really pleased about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been good.
So today I've been looking into a print-on-demand service. So it'll be underneath the video. There's a little sliding thing, and so far there's some merch on there, but I don't think you guys want any of it because no one's bought any of it since we put it on there. So we're going to put other stuff, t-shirts, hoodies, etc. with some of the designs we've got now and then some new ones, but it's just taking a little time to sort out. Yeah. Where
is the merch shelf? It's not on this. Can you guys see a merch shelf on your screen? I guess you would be able to see it. Oh, it is there.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, it's just not on my screen because this is my stream, I guess.
And I updated some of these prices and they haven't changed on here yet. That's weird.
Alright.
I'm trying to figure out Teespring. I don't get it. It's just confusing me. Anyway, yeah. Thanks, Applejar.
Yeah, thank you so much. Some stickers for the butcher shop window. I put veganism and plant-based gain stickers on the signs to all the other gyms in the city. Yeah, I did that one day. Exactly. There's a video called what did I call the sticker?
Sticktivism.
Sticktivism or something. I did a video. I went into Toys R Us, put stickers on all the Peppa Pigs and stuff, and then and then more bodybuilding based stickers on the gym signs around town. The vegan tiff kindly donated $4.99. You are so lovely. How about some behind the scenes footage for members?
I love that idea.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Love that idea.
And maybe like outtakes and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I guess members would be more interested in seeing like more of that kind of stuff. So,
yeah.
And that would be a sort of
you can do
an easy way of getting the content done, wouldn't it? And still keeping up my high output on my other platforms for everyone else.
Yeah.
I don't want to let everyone else down is the only thing. You know, I don't want to want people to feel like they need to pay money to, you know, I don't want the service to be interrupted.
Yeah, nice. You can do posts specifically to members, can't you, on YouTube? So you can put posts out saying things like what kind of content you want to see, or like, choose A or B for what type of video you get next, or something like that.
Yeah.
And people can like vote, can't they? And stuff. Yeah. I think you've had another super chat.
Yeah, before that, let's just salute George P is in the house. George P, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hang on. That's enough of that. We'll get done for copyright. I keep telling you.
Soy the boy?
I think we've done him already.
Have we?
Early on, I believe. Early on.
Oh, sorry.
Unless I'm wrong, in which case, sorry. Where were we? Ron Bassett kindly donated £5 Great British pounds. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Keep it up. All you awesome people. You've inspired me to get back to training again. Nice. Also just bought some dates because of your puddings. Very, very good. Nice to see you, Ron. Whereabouts in the UK are you, sir? Whereabouts are you? I'm interested. I've seen that Bath Vegan Festival is on. It's on. It's in August, and they're running. They said they'd be in line with the government's social distancing rules. And there's going to be a vegan festival in August. So I'm going to guess that the October one in the Isle of Wight, where I was meant to be making an appearance, I'm going to guess that's probably going ahead as well. So
it's really exciting.
That'll be exciting.
I didn't think anything was going to go ahead this year.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah. Jumped. Jackie, I love to put stickers near the butcher shop here too funny because I think they know it's me. Wow! Muddy Paws, please wish my cat Millie happy birthday. She's 20 today. Millie, it's me, Hench Herbivore off the internet. Happy birthday, Millie.
Wow.
Many happy returns. You're amazing.
You must be looking after really good for her to want to be around for 20 years and for her health to be good.
Yeah.
So she can still be here for 20 years and just all that great stuff.
You're a good cat mum.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Verilus, Hench, I've started taking sea kelp supplements for iodine as seaweed and nori sheets are not something sold where I live. The pills are 150 micrograms. You put milligrams, but it's micrograms you're after, and I'm going to guess that's probably what they are, isn't it? What's the best dose? If it's 150 micrograms and not milligrams, one a day is the minimum RDA. I like to have 2 or 3 just to hedge my bets, particularly because I'm a larger athlete. And very good.
You've had a
super chat.
We need to get on Streamlabs.
The Arena Uncensored kindly donated $1.99. Thank you. Have you watched Wes Watson? No. Who's that? What's that all about? I'm intrigued now.
And also...
Yeah.
Nikki Northern British Gaming is here.
Oh, hang on. Right, what was I trying to do? I'm trying to paste that. What's in penitentiary life? Okay, so he's a ex-con, I guess. Yeah, no, I've not watched his malarkey. That looks very interesting, though. I've always tried to stay out of prison as much as possible. Spent one night in a cell. That was enough to put me off. That was enough to put me off. Fly on me. Chronically ill vegan cat. He gutted about the camp out. Yep. Race Eva, I can't go. I'm a hugger. They're terrified of huggers. Yeah, me too. Good to see you, Race. By the way, thanks for joining. BD, hi Hench. Thank you for sharing your life and education with us. I am a so-called ex-vegan who now has returned to plant-based diet. Believe it or not. Good for you, my friend. Great to have you back. Veg met cod bods in the house. Hang on. Oh, this is fun. Did I see someone else had come in?
Yeah, I hope we've not missed anyone.
I had a feeling I was thinking of someone that we had to salute, and then I'd forgotten.
Hands up if we've forgotten to salute you.
Yeah.
Please tell us. Please say hi. I'm here.
Heavy metal vegan. Hench, I need to get back on the wagon with your training and nutrition plan, please. Can you kick my butt and inspire me, please? Okay. Do it! Do it!
Put some vegan music on and watch the videos and listen to the music. A couple of tracks of that.
Diesel Automatic is dropping a new song very soon. It's inspirational AF.
Yeah.
And there may be someone doing a little cameo in it.
And his other song, I'm a Vegan, that always inspires me. Yeah, really good.
Yeah. TGC Matt, hey, what are the best foods to get in more calories without feeling too full? Healthiest options. So legumes, tofu, tempeh, maybe like a little TVP or seitan, something like that. A little protein powder. I wouldn't go mad on. I would say pick one or two of those and have like a serving or two total a day. And then obviously your legumes, your whole grains, tropical and dried fruits because they're more calorically dense. Smoothies are a great option. And then like I would rather eat lower fat all the time. However, on a bulk, I need to go higher fat in order to make it work. So nuts and seeds, whole nut and seed butters, avocado. That's the way I do it. Why is this jumped? Yasmin's in the house. Thanks for joining, Yasmin. And Trisha Love's-all. What a lovely name. From the USA. Hi. Welcome, Trisha. Whereabouts in the USA are you? How's the vegan scene? I always like to find out. Carl Davies, hey, when does your cut end and how long do you cut for? Don't know. Just once I'm looking awesome, I'll go for 4 more weeks. Tricky you. Hi Hench, what vegan food has the most folate? I don't know off the top of my head. I'll just do a quick little thing where I'll see the sort of foods I normally eat and which has the most folate in it. Chronometer. Beep. I outsource a lot of things to, rather than trying to keep it all in my brain, I just have little things like chronometer. It knows it all for me, so I don't have to worry. Folate from foliage, so leaves are going to be well up there. Where are we? folate. So the most folate in my diet tends to be lentils, spinach, quinoa, kale, tomatoes, kidney beans. And then there's other stuff, peppers, sunflower seeds, oats. You know, it's in all the different whole plant foods, but particularly legumes, leaves, and whole grains by the looks. But most whole plant food types make a appearance in that list, so that's pretty amazing. Super chat. Apple Jar kindly donated $10 Squad. If I was reading that flax meal, I was reading that flax meal tablespoon or two is enough daily, and 1.5 tablespoons of chia if I use both in my morning oats or smoothie. But it's a lot of calories, and I'm trying to burn a few kilograms. Right, I'm really confused. Let's start that again. Right, so you're trying to get your omega-3, but you're worried about overdoing your calories. So all you need to shoot for, Apple Jar, is 3.2 grams of ALA per day. If you're taking an algae oil supplement, like, you don't even need to worry about that. You know, like a tablespoon of like flax or chia would be enough with 250 milligrams of EPA DHA. So, but yeah, on a cut, I tend to have a tablespoon of flax and a couple of tablespoons of chia, and I manage to, you know, lose a pound of fat per week. So it's just getting everything in balance, isn't it? Lower fat, higher carb tends to work best. And fill up on low calorie, particularly vegetables, fruits and veg, particularly veg. You know, you can eat so much volume, be full, but still be dropping weight like no one's business. Thank you for your kind super chat, yes, General. Okay. The vegan tiff, do you mix your CBD in your Vivo Life protein shakes, take it separately? I take it sublingually and I let it sit in my mouth for a minute. So that should aid absorption quite a lot. Zactivist is in the house. Good to see you, my friend.
He wants me to do the vegan maracas again. That was a one-time deal. I'm not doing that again.
Oh no, that was great.
We're talking about a video on the TikTok. Do follow us over there if you want to.
On the Talkers. Superamazingguy.com. Hey Hench, any tips for making the RDA for choline? I never seem to get more than 60% of the RDA on chronometer. I don't get any more than that myself, and I don't recommend trying to. So yeah, choline. So there's very little data on choline. We know that 50 milligrams is too little for most. We know that 500 milligrams is plenty for most. There's not much data in between. And there was one study seemed to show that 300 was plenty for most people. And the trouble with choline is, if you're getting more than you need, you're going to be feeding pathogenic gut bacteria. They will transmute that into trimethylamine. Once that oxidizes in the liver, that creates trimethylamine oxide, which accelerates atherosclerosis deposition. It makes it harder for your body to clear cholesterol from the bloodstream, raises your risk for diabetes, certain colorectal cancers. It's really horrible stuff. So I recommend not worrying about it. If you were worried about it, I mean, it's in legumes and whole grains in decent amounts. You'd want to emphasize those. Sweet potatoes have a good amount of choline. Some vegetables, particularly the crucifers, kale, cabbage, broccoli, they're high in choline. The feeling I get from it, like I say, the science is not really there, but the feeling I get from it, people's needs are elevated if they've got a poor diet. If your vitamin B12 status is low, you would need, we actually produce our own choline, you see. If your B12 is low, that'll make it harder for you to produce it. So you may need to get nearer the RDA. If your folate levels are low, that'll make it harder for you to produce it. You may need to be nearer the RDA. And if your methionine, which is non-essential amino acid, I think it's non-essential, it's amino acid anyway. If that's low, it'll make it harder for your body to produce its own choline. So, but my point is, well, why would you have those things though? Just eat a healthy diet. You see what I mean? So I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it one little bit. I just make sure to eat a range of whole plant foods. As long as I'm hitting my other definitely essential nutrients, I don't worry about this one. It seems like it's more conditionally essential. And I think if you're eating a healthy diet, a good range of whole plant foods, calorically adequate, and then I think it's very unlikely that you'd have a problem. And you know, meat eaters will say, "Oh, we get more choline. It's important for brain health." Well, more is not necessarily better. The right amount is the best amount. More than the right amount is too much, and oftentimes it, you know, cholesterol, arachidonic acid, heme iron. These are all things you get in abundance on an animal products heavy diet. They cause disease in high amounts. So that personally, it's not something I worry about, choline. And in fact, I prefer to have that one though. That one and omega-6 as well. Basically, the omega-6, the RDA for that is just kind of a mean of what people eat in a society where omega-6 deficiency doesn't present. So they just said, oh, just take like an average of that and that'll be fine. But we don't know actually how much we need, and it could be far, far less. And omega-6 is pro-inflammatory. We need to balance our omega-3 and omega-6 or we're going to be pro-inflammatory. So in fact, omega-6 and choline, for me personally, I'm at about half the RDA, the official RDA, which I said is kind of arbitrary, or it's a very lack of science anyway. And absolutely fine, really thriving. Yeah. Ideally, you know, it would be nice if we had the science on exactly the deal and exactly how much we do need. But, you know, the closer you eat to a whole foods, plant-based diet, higher carb, lower fat, the longer you live. The more you eat like that, the lower your omega-6 and lower your choline is going to be by default. Yet, you're going to live longer, happier and healthier on average than most people eating any other type of diet. People get so bogged down in the weeds and they say, oh, someone said to me recently, oh, your zinc's not in balance with your copper, so that's why a vegan diet's not very good. And I'm like, well, you know, the longest lived people on the planet ate, you know, 85% of their calories of carbs. If you look at the Adventist health studies, the vegan group outperform all the other groups, and they're not even eating whole foods. Like 12 to 20% of their calories comes from mock meats, and yet they're outperforming the pescatarians and the omnivorous eaters. People suffer from going too much into like reductionist science instead of snapping back, looking at the bigger picture and seeing what is the real life outcome of these diets. And one diet is preventing, treating, and reversing all these diseases that most people, you know, 3 in 4 people will die from. So, you know, it's pretty obvious which is the healthiest eating modality.
If you've had a couple of super chats.
Super chat! Applejar kindly donated $5 Australian. He's so generous, that man. Also, Hench, what's your thoughts on Dr. Michael Clapper? And Gemma, can't stop daydreaming about that banana bread you shipped to Australia.
Oh.
I think that may be off by the time it got there.
Make you a deal. If you ever come to the UK and we hang out and have a coffee or something, I will make you a banana bread. I'll make you a whole loaf and I'll give it to you.
Brilliant. I think that's the least you can do.
It's the least I can do for sure.
I'll let Gemma answer. What's your thoughts on Dr. Clapper? You have first-hand knowledge of him.
Yeah, when I bang on about this all the time, but I stayed at the True North Health Clinic a number of years back and did a...
That's in Santa Rosa.
Yeah, I did a medically supervised fast. That's the only way I'd recommend to ever do it, if you do it at all. You know, I think most people don't need to. And
it was for the purposes of health, not weight loss, we should say.
100%, yep. And there was a couple of doctors there. Well, actually, the other guy who worked there, he was technically my doctor when I was there. But then when I ran into a few difficulties, Dr. Clapper was the one that looked after me. Had to go to hospital for a scan. He took me. He just really looked after me. He's a really nice guy, and he's so knowledgeable. He does like the rounds. So everyone who's fasting, they get checked on twice a day by a doctor. He does all the rounds races up and down the stairs, visiting all the people like twice a day, does whatever other work he does. He took me to hospital, stayed till really late at night. The next day he's back to work. He's in the gym every morning. I regained some of my health. I'm in the gym, starting to get a little fitter and thinking, wow, I feel a lot better since I did this fast. He's in there, he's more fit than me. He's on the thing, like, really going nuts before he even starts his day. I don't know how old he is, but
He's not a young man. He has now left that facility, we should add. Well, I got to meet him at the camp out last year, and I got to shake his hand, and I thanked him for looking after Gemma, and he's a real gentleman, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, and he reminds me a bit of my granddad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yep.
He's constantly doing podcasts and putting content out. He's just really.
He really cares, didn't he? When he went vegan, when he discovered veganism, he buried his belt and his shoes because they were leather. He buried them.
Legend.
Yeah,
legend. He's my favourite person that I met at the camp out. I'd already met him, but yeah.
Yeah, no, he's class. Toby Gosling kindly donated £4.99. Thank you, brother. Why do you think just because you are now vegan that your personality... Oh, why do people think that because you're vegan your personality has changed and your views are radical? I suppose they are radical. They're radically compassionate, whereas most people are apathetic and bury their heads in the sand. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yep. I suppose a lot of people, when we first go vegan, I was guilty of it. When we first go vegan, we can be quite angry or even a little pushy. I don't know. Obviously, we think that we're kind people, so we've seen what's happening to the animals. We've seen that you don't need to eat animals, so of course we're going to be vegan. And of course, our friends and family, they're good people too. So we just need to tell them what we've learned, but it don't work like that. And that causes friction. So I think some people can, that can be an issue, at least for a little while. For some, I'm not saying everyone, of course.
Yes, do people see it like you've suddenly changed?
Yeah.
And then now you're trying to change me.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's awkward, isn't it? Someone asked me this on my Instagram Q&A. Do follow me on the gram, Hench_Herbivore. And the lady was saying that her husband still eats animals and she's really upset and they've watched Game Changers, but it's not changed. What can she do about it? And, I said, that must really hurt you and it's hard to see. But also from his perspective, you're the one that's changed and, wanting him to change. And he wants you to love him for who he is. And
the way you did before, sort of thing.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's blinking hard.
I think, really honest, open communication has got to be the number one, thing in a circumstance like that. Not judging and not, you need to change, you this, you that, coming from a place of being that honest, that stuff you were just saying, oh no, I appreciate that I've changed and I wonder what it's like for you that I've made this change and I now want you to change, and maybe you might see it as that I don't love you unconditionally anymore, and just speaking it, saying what's happening and how it's making you feel and how you imagine they might feel, and that kind of talk, I think that is the real key to dealing with a situation where you've changed and people around you haven't, and trying to navigate that. That's my feelings. Good
words. But yeah, some people go really silly about it, don't they? I see what you're saying there. Yeah, your personality's changed and you're radical. Yeah, I totally get it. It's just that they don't get it yet. It's just that they don't get it yet. They don't
get it, so to them we are really extreme and whatever. Yeah. I guess if they did get it, they'd be vegan, so...
Yeah. And the stupid thing is, in nature, animals eat most of them anyway, eat a really narrow range of foods. What is radical is to eat all the different types of food that come from nature, and a load of chemically made up crap got more in common with a pharmaceutical grade drug than a food. And dousing your food in oil, which is not a natural thing, or refined sugar. Yeah, we're the radical ones. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, Toby.
If you give someone the information that you've received and they don't change quickly, I wonder if saying to the person pointing out oh, I know this, it might seem like I've suddenly really changed, but what actually happened was I just started seeing little bits of information over the last days, weeks, months, years, you know, and telling them what happened for you. Like, oh yeah, just it took some time. I kept ingesting little bits. Like, oh yeah, that's interesting, and making a little change. And one day it just clicked, and you know, and sort of spelling out like, oh, I'm not trying to suddenly make you change your entire life. It's just that I come across this stuff and it's really interesting and I want to like share it with you. So I might share these things with you here and there along the way. And it's just because I want you to have this great information that I've had and make it sort of seem like you're not trying to make everything about their world change, but spelling it out like, oh, I'm just going to give you some information here and there, and or make a nice meal for you to try if that's okay. And just like make it seem like maybe like that you don't suddenly think that everything about them needs to change, and to tell them how it was for you, like the journey.
Good words.
I don't think he was really asking about that, what I just said, like...
Nah, we've gone off on a tangent.
Went on to that.
We did speak to what he was saying.
Right,
yeah. Joseph McGuinness, hey Hench, hey yourself, thanks for joining. Jackie, is 30 to 35 grams of fat too much? 19 years old, 163, 1 metre 63, I guess you're saying. 47 kilos, I don't feel well when I'm taking less than that. I think 30 to 35 grams of fat is probably about perfect. I think we had another super chat. Sorry, I just barged everyone. Toby Gosling kindly donated £1.99. Very good words. Very good words. What is that? Some clapping? Oh yes, clapping. Very good words. Thanks, Toby. Money pause. My advice for what it's worth: when you live with a meat eater, don't preach. Eventually, they'll find their way. Yeah.
I went vegan 6 months before he did. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
It wasn't ethically wise for you, was it, though?
No.
So that's probably not such an issue, is it?
Yeah, I guess so.
So
but I was...
You continue your thought.
Yeah, sorry. I was in the start, though, thinking like, oh, I've really seen a lot of stuff and I really feel like this is the right path and this is going to be the key to my health. But Paul had his doubts, you know, and because look at the world he's come from, where he's a gym goer and it's all about you need protein, you need all these animal products. So I'm telling him all this stuff and like, oh, I want to change, you know, changing everything, and he's like skeptical, and it's like a little bit at the very beginning. It's like I almost had to convince you and get all the information to you because I wanted you to be on board. Because if not, I thought it was going to make my life difficult if you weren't in agreement with kind of the diet, because you really wanted to see me thrive and have the best health, and you had concerns for me. So yeah, so I totally get like for how it can be for couples, you know, or families and you know stuff when it's like hard at the start. Yeah, it can be hard, and like it can be really hard to be patient. But we want everyone to go vegan immediately, but sometimes that can make it take longer in the end if we think of it like that, because people then get defensive and then it takes longer. But if we're patient and don't push and think, then it could happen in a shorter time actually. Yeah. In the long term. Yeah. I think you've had a...
It's a funny... Oh, cowboy.
Cowboy!
It's a funny... what am I trying to say? Paradigm?
Yeah.
Paradox.
Yes.
Something like that.
Hello, lovely.
Cowboy said, Apple Jar kindly donated 10 Australian dollars. Dr. Caps. Dr. Claps, I guess you're trying to say. Laid back and keeps it simple. I think he's amazing. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. Also, I'm so confused how people like Frank Tufano or Sperridge seriously... I'll take them seriously. The light and dark. The night is dark and full of balance. It sure is. It's mad, isn't it? All it is, basically, people like to hear good news about their bad habits. So rather than listening to an actual medical doctor who's reversing disease in real life, they listen to like just bonkers people who believe in all the craziest contrarian nonsense with very little to back it up. Maybe they found one study which says, oh, vegans are deficient in vitamin A. You know, despite the overwhelming preponderance of data showing that whole foods vegan is very obviously the healthiest way to eat. It's madness, isn't it? Absolute. Do you think
some people are just like fascinated by him because they can't believe his like crazy ways?
Such a car crash.
Yeah, they watch him like a car crash, like they can't look away, sort of, from him.
Madness, innit?
Yeah.
Thanks for your support, Apple Jar. The night is dark and full of bellends. That's perfect. Oh, that'd make a great T-shirt. See, when we go to Teespring, we can have little things like this, can't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a shame we can't see the other people in the stream, because if they get a shirt or something, that'd be really funny.
And
maybe they can post it on the gram.
And you know how you post these on Patreon and you put something about it? Should you
Yeah.
call this one "The Night is Dark and Full of Friends"?
Ah, that's a great idea. Let me cut and paste that. Yeah. I could just get the best.
Quote from the story. You normally just call them like Q&A, but sometimes you put the one where we talked about our past or
Yeah.
stuff like that, don't you? You know.
Yeah.
You should
Paste.
call
Night
that.
is dark and full of bellends. Brilliant. Oh, and what was that other thing Abdel was saying about, like Game of Thrones type
Yeah, you saved that, didn't you?
Slayer of
You've got to put
Carnivores,
that
whatever.
on
Yeah,
it.
I've got that saved.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not forget that. Right, where are we? Adam Waddington kindly donated $9.99. That's so generous. Thank you, brother. Paul, absolutely love your content. Oh, I love you already. One thing I'm curious about is how much of the carnivore / anti-vegan content online is genuine versus attention seeking. To me, they seem too crazy to be real sometimes. I totally agree, but I've got a good feeling that they are just that far gone, because if you say, stuff about diabetes or heart disease, they will come up with a load of stuff about how, oh no, that's omega-6, like this study shows something, and blah de blah. They do seem to be able to argue their corner, even like Sturridge's flat earth, like mumbo jumbo. It's hard to believe. Bonkersness. Anyway, no question. Just supporting his local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers at the Conjurer's Hut, because Adam is a lovely, lovely, lovely boy, and we really appreciate you. Thank you, bro. Super chat. Where were we? Saurabh Gupta kindly donated 10 Great British pounds. Thank you, sir. One way in which I want to influence others to change is by showing them how healthy vegans can be by looking physically healthy. Yeah, that's my whole remit, really. Great work as always. Perfect pronunciation of my name. Yes! Great work, guys. No question. Just supported this local neighbourhood vegan YouTuber at the Conjurer's Hut because he's a lovely, lovely, lovely man. We really appreciate him.
This is one reason why I'm not a fan of vegans doing a lot of things like saves, watching Dominion, a lot of things that really get to them and make them really sad and make them struggle mentally, because it can affect your mental health, your physical health, and then what you're saying about being a good advocate is so important, physically, mentally, in all the different ways. So we have to really, I think, take care of our health in whatever way that needs to be for us. Maybe some people can do all the outreach, they can watch the footage, they can go to all the saves, and they're absolutely fine. So amazing that they're doing that then.
Yeah.
Good for them. I'm so happy.
I'm so grateful for it.
Grateful,
I can't do it, so
yeah, I can't
I'm glad they're
do
doing it in my place.
Yeah, and I think noticing how these things make you feel, how anything makes you feel, we're all here for a different purpose or many purposes, and we're not all meant to have the same path. So for some people, certain types of activism or certain things they're not right, and yeah, we do have. You always say this. We should be a club that people want to join.
Yeah.
When they see us,
I'll tell you, for me, not only is it that I don't want to be in despair all the time and just terribly upset. I went to one save because I was promoting it. I said I wasn't going to go, but I was promoting it, and I thought, well, I should just go if I'm promoting it just this once. It was the first one in my area. And not only was it terribly upsetting, but I just got a feeling of rage. I just looked at these lovely chickens, these lovely birds, and my fist just clenched, and I had a feeling of rage come over me, because I then remember, I sort of made eye contact with this bird, and I could see that she was intelligent, and we had a little moment. And then I remembered what's about to happen to her, and this rage just overcame me, and I was ready to smash the world. And I thought, wow, this is another good reason why I don't ought to be on the front line in this potentially volatile place.
Yeah. So you potentially you could take some radical action, get arrested, go to prison.
Yeah. What good is that going to do?
Then what animals are you going to save?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the annoying thing. All the previous battles I've been in, I've been in the front line, leading the charge. And now I have to sit here and talk in front of a camera and press buttons. And that's how I'm fighting for the animals.
Yeah.
But it feels like wimpish almost. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know what you're
I
saying.
if I go down that thought process, like when I used to do my cardio, I would go down this sort of thought process, and I would be really angry that I couldn't physically like fight it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would use that as fuel for my workout because I hated cardio, but it was a way to get me through it. I'd put on the Vikings theme and just imagine I'm running into battle into the slaughterhouse. But of course, that's you can't fight for peace.
Yeah.
You can't fight for peace.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm saying things.
That was karma. I just hurt myself because I was thinking of hurting others. Let that be a lesson to you at home.
So sometimes, I'm like here and I'm saying, well, with loved ones, you have to not be too pushy and give them time. And then I might say, be careful of your mental health. Don't go to the saves if you, see how it makes you feel. I'm saying all these kind of like things, and we say like, maybe you want to transition a little bit, take out the animal products and the processed junk and add in the whole plant foods week by week, do it gradually. And we're saying all these things, but we're saying it because that is the best way, it is the quickest way and the best way to stick to veganism.
Yeah.
But then I'll see some footage, watch a music video, and there'll be a few brief seconds of something, and I'll feel I feel like a rush of emotion as I'm now saying this. I feel quite sad. I think, what am I doing? Why am I being so sort of slow,
pussyfooting around,
pussyfooting and stuff? And I think, God, what am I doing? Like this needs to like change like right now, But then I really think it through, and I think, what I'm saying I still feel is the right thing, and what you're saying, it's hard, isn't it? We went really down a path there. Yeah,
let's pull this round now. Toby Gosling kindly donated £9.99. I forgot to say super chat. Thank you for the great advice. Lockdown doesn't help, like you said. Speaking to people face to face is better. Face to face to tell them your story is better. Yeah, you both have helped me to think in a different. Oh, that's really good. And thank you for your generosity. You're amazing. That was really kind. Vegan Brit, the carnivore lot use anecdotes for evidence. Yeah, because they literally have no evidence, do they? That diet's been around for 5 seconds, and okay, we don't have data on whole foods, plant-based versus carnivore. We don't have data on that, but we can infer from the data that we do have. The more animal products we eat, the quicker we die, and the more whole plant foods we eat, the longer we live. It's not going to go too well, is it? It's pretty bloody obvious. Keep calm and let me help you. Can eating large amounts of sugar, 200 plus grams from whole fruit, cause fatty liver disease or insulin resistance? I think that you would struggle to eat enough to cause fatty liver, although the True North Clinic, they actually don't recommend eating a high fruit diet, do they?
Yeah, but what they meant was fruit. They meant all fruit.
Yeah.
They meant,
And it was because of the fructose, wasn't it?
Yeah, but so when you're there, like, this is what
I eat much more than 200 grams of fruit sugar a day. Yeah,
this is what the kitchen looks like there. For breakfast, they have like oatmeal or whatever. They have a massive fruit salad with all the different fruits you could ever imagine. That's what you sort of have. There's a big bowl of fruit and a salad bar that's there all day for snacking, like whatever you want. And then they serve some meals with legumes and grains and things. So the people there do eat a decent amount of fruit.
Yeah. But
they don't think you should eat just fruit with like a small bit of greens.
I eat much more than 200 grams of fruit sugars a day. And my health's freaking amazing. Insulin resistance. Now, what causes insulin resistance is intramyocellular lipids. So it's fats, mostly saturated, mostly from animal products, but also coconut oil, palm oil, cocoa butter, that get inside the muscle cells. So you've got the fat sitting there, you've got the toxic breakdown products, you've got the free radicals, and these all block insulin signaling, basically. When my mum was alive, she was diabetic, and the NHS, they told her to not eat much fruit, but eat plenty of fat and whatever. That's the total opposite advice. Yeah, and I've seen people reverse type 2 with nutrition. I've seen it with my own eyes. Phlegm faces in the hay house. What?
Would you say 10 more minutes?
Oh, yeah, we've gone over. Oh, no, we haven't. We're not quite done an hour yet, have we?
Oh, you came on it.
What do you want to do?
10 more minutes.
We're going to do 10 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
I need
10
to eat.
more minutes. Gemma needs to eat. It's a bit funny, isn't it? Because we're quite early to bed, so this is quite near our bedtime.
Yeah.
I want to stay on and just go crazy, but I'd never sleep. I'd never sleep.
Yeah.
Just looking for a question. Great, Steve. I love that. Human carnivore equals delusional pretendivore. It sure does. Oh, I didn't put my phone on. Do not deserve. Bless your heart, Annie Martin. Bless your heart. Thank you for what you're doing for the animals. Good old race lever. This is an interesting one. Yasmin's Conscious Kitchen. I mean, I totally get your why you're saying that, and I would have agreed. Would we ever think to give a cow human breast milk? So why do humans drink from a cow? I have actually seen a video of a woman giving a cow breast milk. The calf was like orphaned, and I think it was in Namaste Village. It was Delsuk. Okay. Did you remember? You showed us a thing. It was on Facebook or something.
Oh, I think vaguely.
I have actually seen that. I have actually seen that, and
I've seen people giving monkeys breast.
I mean, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird, but at the same time, I guess she was saving that calf. Yeah, I found it quite beautiful, but yeah, it's freaky to look at.
Yeah, it's no more weird than us drinking cow's milk, though, is it? It's
No, it isn't. Yeah, exactly what Yasmin was saying. Muddy Paws kindly donated £2 Great British pounds, just with some love, no question, just supporting her local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers out of the kindness of her heart, because she's a beautiful, beautiful soul. Thank you very much with your schnauzer emoji. I saw a schnauzer today. He looked really happy.
Aww.
Yeah, I saw him being walked.
Nice.
Oh, Selma, can't wait to talk to you both tomorrow. Yes, our meeting tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah. What time is it?
I've forgotten. I set an alarm. I think it may be in the afternoon, about 3.
Cool.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. That's going to be
set alarms,
very
don't
good.
we? Life's just so exciting. There's so much going on. It's easy to forget things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. I stopped doing the PT. I've stopped writing the plans, but now I've got a million more things going on because, you know, trying to do all their social medias and we're getting involved in a lot of different projects, a couple of music projects and all crazy things.
But busy.
Very busy.
We're doing more outsourcing now, aren't we?
We're doing outsourcing. We had a cleaner today. Yeah. We had a cleaner. She done an amazing job. Yeah. It actually looks livable in here. Yeah.
We're sort of slobs, but also we're just really driven in other ways.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we are. I used to think I was lazy. I now realise that I am focused and I'm passionate about what I do, and I don't like to divert myself.
You're better at putting all of your energy into the things that you're passionate about and that you bring you joy and that you want to do.
Yeah.
I think better than a lot of people.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like me, I'll say, oh, but it has to be done. I have to do it, you know, whatever. You're not like that. You'll divert all your energy into that one like stream or view. Yeah. But then everything else like kind of gets left. But now we're in a position to outsource.
Just outsource some things. So yeah, we've got a lovely man working on a website now.
Yes.
That felt really good.
Yeah.
That felt really good. So I was making my video today, and I just got, every now and again I got an odd little message. Do you like this? What about this? And it just felt so good that I'd sort of let him carry on with that. I was cracking on with what I was doing.
We don't have to wear all the hats and learn all the things. There's some stuff we don't know how to do, and I don't have the interest to learn how to do create a website and all that kind of stuff. But now someone else can help us. It's just amazing. Yeah.
Applejar has amazingly just donated $100 Australian.
Jesus.
Thank you, General Applejar. Bless your heart. You are so amazing.
Thank you.
Hench brother, if trying to lose weight, should I avoid wholemeal bread? When it comes to stretching, I really have no idea. Is there a daily kind of routine I could do? Keep it simple, as full body. Also Hench. In YouTube type Game of Thrones 80s intro sometime. That'd be great, wouldn't it? That'd be so good. Right, there's a bit to unpack there. Let's do this in stages. Trying to lose weight, should I avoid wholemeal bread? No. I mean, it's healthier to eat the wheat berries. It'd be healthier to eat the whole grain. There'll be more to feed your gut microbiome specifically. And also, actually, pasta would be better than bread because the way that's extruded, it makes it super dense. And then you have a harder time of breaking that down. So again, there's more left to feed your gut microbiome, which is in the colon. But in terms of fat loss, yeah, it shouldn't really make any odds. Yeah, as long as it's good quality, as long as it's got not loads of oil added, and particularly you want to avoid palm oil, of course. That's in a lot of baked goods. That's really horrible for our health, the same as coconut oil that I always bang on about. It's all right. It's not as healthy as a whole intact grain, but I don't see a bit of it in the context of an otherwise whole foods, intact plant-based diet. Don't see that as too unhealthy. Certainly, I've been eating bread products most days. Lately, and I'm on a cut, and the weight's just falling off me. Oh wow, people are so lovely. It's hard to concentrate when it goes this mad. Stretching routine. What is that one called? So for me, I concentrate on the issues I have, with inflexibility. And my problem areas are my right hip, where I injured myself from overdoing a leg press one day, and low back from years ago. I kind of bulged a disc and I get sciatic pain. What I do is I do 3 rounds of the sun salutation yoga flow, and for me that keeps me mobile. For more like weight training and things, I'll tell you an amazing book. It's by Kerry Starrett, and it's called The Supple Leopard. I actually have got it somewhere. That's an amazing book. You look up Kerry Starrett, Supple Leopard. He's a genius at stretching, and specifically for weight training. There's something 8, and I think that might be his work. Hang on, Kelly. It's like for kind of bodybuilding type, weight training type stuff. You really want to do active, ballistic stretching. So you want to stretch while moving. You don't want to be holding long static stretches because that elongates and actually weakens the muscles prior to loading. But more like ballistic stretching where you're going through like leg swings and all stuff like that. I've forgotten the name of it now. See, I'm out of practice with all of this stuff. But yeah, look up Kelly Starrett, Starrett. Look up his work and see that there should be some kind of like a yoga flow almost. He's just going through different ballistic stretches, one to the other, yeah, and it's just really good for the type of thing you need if you're training hard in the Jiminy cricket. Yeah, Game of Thrones intro, that would be so cool. I really want to, when we get married, I've always said that I want to dress up as a Spartan and we have like costume. Yeah, everyone in sort of medieval outfits.
I want to be a Greek goddess.
Yeah, and I want to say, this is Sparta. Yeah, Applejar, you are so kind and generous. Thank you so much, brother. And another kind and generous soul. Oh,
I don't know
Sora
what to say.
donated £100. That's crazy. That's so kind. Thank you. My dad is successfully reversing his pre-diabetes by dramatically increasing his fruit intake. There you go. My point exactly. Great. Thanks for sharing that. Also, please don't worry about my money. I was divorced last year. Hate flying, so not much to spend on. My money is focused on getting fit and supporting to end animal suffering.
Well, aren't you just an amazing person?
Can we have a round of applause, please, for Apples and Sora? They are beautiful. And all the super chatters.
Yeah.
And all of you for joining all the time. And the new members. And the moderators. And let's have a round of applause for the Gemma. Oh, no one's doing it. Guys, you are so amazing.
Yeah. I could cry a little bit.
Yeah, that's really... My money is focused on getting fit and supporting to end animal suffering. That's beautiful. Yeah, I could cry. I'm going to go before I do. Beautiful people.
Yeah. So much love for all of you.
Yeah. That's amazing. Oh, and Paul's in there. He's clapping as well. He's put his shelves up. He's done his chores for Selma. And now he's watching the stream and joining in the love. What a beautiful bunch of people we have in our community, guys. I've never been this happy to be connected to people. You're amazing.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
Right. What do we have to say? What's all the things?
I'm too flabbergasted to think about.
I think we thanked all the people how we normally thank everyone. What else do we have to say?
Follow us on TikTok.
Follow us on TikTok. We're not got enough toggers. Yeah. Hench_Herbivore. Follow us on Instagram.
Gemma_Herbivore.
Hench_Herbivore. What else is happening?
So we'll probably do a live stream probably again tomorrow. Let's face it, we've been on every night, haven't we? So Applejar,
you nutcase.
Oh God.
He just don't want us to get any sleep, that's what it is.
You make us too excited.
Yeah. Thank you, Applejar. I'm off to sleep. One last thing. Will you do more podcasts with people like you did with Jerry Carbstrong? Good night, guys. Keep it up. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, me and Joey, after the lockdown, we're going to hook up, actually. We're going to hook up and do some collabos. So
let's do some street activism with Joey.
Yeah.
Taste testing table.
Yeah.
Which one's vegan?
Yeah.
They're all vegan.
Yeah. What else do we have to say when we wrap up?
I don't know.
My mind's just blown by these lovely people.
I know some things. We'd love you to become part of the Hench Herbivore community. So hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified of when we're live streaming and new videos and all that.
Yeah, do hit that bell because YouTube won't tell you if not. Yeah. They're rubbish.
So we say
what else do we have to say? My mind's completely gone because of how lovely you guys are. It's freaked me out. It's freaked me out a bit. I don't know what we normally say. I think that's probably all the things, is it?
Yeah, we've been talking for over an hour. You don't need to hear any more.
Yeah.
Words probably anyway. So
Shall we just say that we're on? I think we're going to be on every night at 6 p.m. BST because this is good practice for us, and I'm loving having some people to connect with.
I'd like to see a couple of friends from a social distance one night this week. So one night this week, maybe Saturday. Yeah. No, not stream, but the rest of the week. Stream.
And once a month we are going to do a members only live stream, just once a month. So we'll say basically we're live streaming every night at 6 p.m. BST except for the odd 1 or 2 times a month, but we'll let you know in advance when that will be so you don't have to waste your time. Yeah. Thanks for joining. I love you guys so much. See you tomorrow. Oh, do watch my new video. John Venus didn't he said that there's been nutrient deficiencies in someone close to him. One of the reasons why he's not vegan anymore. Well, I found out what exactly that was today and why that's a nonsense excuse. So please do go and watch my video now, and we'll see you beautiful people tomorrow night, 6 p.m. BST. It's good night from me. Good night from me. Love you guys. Oh, hang on a minute. We didn't have the shark tonight. Shark! Good night.